All right, good morning. The week of Christmas here, December 23rd. And boy, it has felt every bit of it here over the weekend. Cold air all across the southeast, Alabama. Things are changing though. Let's talk about it. So this is a look at the current national view. Obviously a couple things you could pinpoint here. That surface high, that strong high that was here over the weekend moving off the New England coastline. And then we've got a series of lows, some fronts across the middle of the country. We'll eventually have some impacts from those later in the week. For now, though, we remain very quiet here. Winds are going to shift a little bit today. Our mid-level winds actually coming out of the south, surface winds out of the southeast here in Alabama, and that's coinciding with a warming trend. I'm pretty big on this. I've mentioned it a lot. If you ever watch anything I post, you can learn a lot about our pattern with temperatures by watching our wind direction. A southerly flow is a warming wind. When we are under the influence of northerly flow, we're typically getting colder. Now in the summertime that can vary, but anyways, southerly winds will take over the next couple of days, which will lead to a warming trend. Let's talk about our temperatures right now. And again, it was another cold morning across the state. A lot of areas below the freezing mark. We had a lot of 20s in central Alabama. 40s in Montgomery as well as Dothan, still some 30s over in Georgia, but plenty of sunshine here today, no shortage of that. I want to go to the upper air look here for the next couple of days, looking ahead to what we're going to see. There's weak ridging here taking place from now really through Tuesday afternoon. So you see the coldest air retreats well off to the north and east over the Canadian Maritimes, and then what we're left with is a weak ridge, kind of a zonal flow. But then you look here at this little short wave. This is going to be swinging through here on Christmas Day. So there's not a whole lot of dynamic support with this. So we don't expect a whole lot in the way of rainfall, but that's going to be our next potential for rain. Then you go ahead to, this is Wednesday at about noon. So this is on Christmas Day. There's that little short wave centered over Arkansas, Louisiana. And we're still under weak ridging. That's why I think on Wednesday we're going to have the chance to get into the 60s because we'll still be in this warm sector. But that short wave could bring us some rainfall across parts of Alabama. Thursday, again, behind a front, we don't get cooler. Ridging, again, resumes, and that's going to mean Thursday and Friday we stay relatively warm. In fact, that'll be the case going into the weekend. Colder air in the middle of the country, warmer air from the southeast up into New England. Show you what that looks like on our surface analysis future view here. This is starting right now, and depicted is that frontal system that we just showed you on the surface analysis. There we are, and the all in the clear here across the southeast. So the rest of today looking pretty good. Tuesday looks great. And then Tuesday, late in the day, we'll probably see high clouds move in. That's pretty typical out ahead of a frontal system. This is Wednesday morning, so Merry Christmas, Christmas Day. We'll have a low centered right over Memphis, in between Memphis and Little Rock, the trailing front down through Louisiana. And when we play this through, the front's just going to lose its momentum. We don't have a lot of upper air support with this, so I'm not expecting much more than just a few showers. This is at 6 o'clock p.m. on Wednesday. And some light rain from, Mobile, really right up 65. Areas to the west have the best chance of rain. Showers fizzling out some, but we'll keep in the notion here. Look at our winds. They're southerly, so we've got a good moisture stream coming in. That'll probably keep clouds around on Thursday and Friday to some extent. And then there's our next system that's going to be coming towards us over the weekend. We'll talk more about that in just a second. So here's a look at our overnight lows. Tonight, many will be near freezing if you're north of I-20. We'll have 40s to the south and parts of the Wiregrass, Dothan at 46, Monroeville at 37, and Birmingham at 31. Highs for Christmas Eve. Not too bad. This is much closer to seasonal. 58 in Huntsville, 56 in Gadsden, 60 at Birmingham, and 67, the warm spot down in Mobile. All right, Christmas, here comes Santa. This is a look at our morning lows on Christmas Day, and we're still going to be chilly. So if you're looking for that festive Christmas feel, it's not going to be as cold as the weekend, but we could see our fair share of 30s in the northern half of the state. Better bet that we see 40s across the Wiregrass and southwestern Alabama. As our next system gets closer, we'll have that warm air advection, and that will eventually warm our temperatures. This is Christmas Day. As we talked about, the chance for a few showers. Highs will be near 60 across much of the state, 70 in Escambia, Baldwin, Mobile counties, where it's going to be a good deal warmer. All right, so let's go to our weekend weather system here. We talked a little bit about that approaching on Friday. There's the surface low and the trailing cold front. So this one's an interesting setup in the sense that you're going to have this secondary low form back to the west, and I think this might give us just enough oomph and uplift in the atmosphere to give us some thunderstorms. So timing is unclear. This is the GFS run, and it's just one run of several, but this depicting a front approaching with the support of this low. So if it lines up, we would have some decent dynamics, maybe for some thunderstorms. What could be lacking, though, is our energy or our CAPE values. That's what you need in order to get thunderstorms, vertical motion in the atmosphere. So we'll have to watch for that. Suffice it to say, I think this will be a big rainmaker, or at least a solid rainmaker for much of the state. By the end of the weekend, this should have moved through regardless of the timing. I think we start out next week dry and slightly cooler, still not nearly as cold as we have been. There's a look at Monday, and the strongest cold air advection is going to be back across the middle of the country. So a look at the ensemble rain totals for the next 7 days. The majority of this is going to come with that system I just showed you. We're not expecting a ton of rain out of that Christmas Day shower event there, but over the next 7 days, that system that comes through over the weekend could drop as much as 2 to 3 inches of rain. So that's pretty good given this time of year, and we need it. Drought monitor still showing much of the state in a drought, although we've seen some relief for places like Barber County. Parts of the Wiregrass looking much better. Still there just south of the Black Belt, we have areas that are in that level 3, so we could use the rain. How about temperature trends? Well, as we look forward to the final days in December, December's not letting us get cold again. In fact, the next 6 to 10 days above average for the entire lower 48. How about that? We go out a little bit further to the beginning of January, and temperature is probably near average, which will still be chilly, but not quite as cold as we've been. So that's your weather briefing for this Monday, December 23rd. Hope everybody has a great day getting prepared for Christmas. We'll see you tomorrow.